Hi, I'm Trent, and one of the reasons why I am not normal is because of my massive love affair with Disney animated movies. In fact, on my channel, I am taking on the huge task of systematically ranking each Disney movie in order, learning from them as we go along. Mostly at this point, we've just learned racial injustice bad. I mean, it was Disney in 1940. I'm very new to YouTube, so I would love your subscription. You can subscribe by pressing the button right down here. You know what to do.
So when Mikey issued the challenge for content creators to make their own Lessons Animation Taught Us video, I said yes and got right to work.
And I found out a lot about myself. Growing up in the 90s, millennials represent! I loved Disney Renaissance movies. VCRs were pretty new back then, but because of them, we could watch and rewatch movies as often as we like. Did you know we were the first generation that had this capability? Before then, Disney would release their movies from the Disney Vault and back into theaters periodically for people to be able to watch. I know! Mind blown! Most Disney movies I loved, but a few I absolutely hated, and those few still give me a really bad taste in my mouth. Great Mouse Detective, Fox and the Hound, Sword in the Stone. You taste that? That's the taste of sadness. On a quick rewatch, I discovered a similar thread in all of these movies. They all have good characters that have some sort of unhappy ending. Except for The Great Mouse Detective, because by the third act I was too depressed to keep going on and I just turned off the movie. So I don't know how it ends. Good thing I'm doing this series. My nubile mind needed a happy ending for anybody that I considered to be good. So the mouse detective ends up in an impossible situation and I turn off the TV. The old lady has to leave her fox. The fox and the hound hate each other. I really just hated that movie. And the squirrel girl gets her heart broken in two. My heart still beats fast when I think about these scenes and I just want to turn off my imaginary TV. Because people deserve happy endings. Unless you are evil. If you're evil, you don't deserve a happy ending. You deserve to choke to death, be skewered, or be alone forever. Evil people don't deserve love. Ever notice how villains are always alone? It's just God's or Disney's way. At this point, we've seen a lot of nope statements inspired by Disney from me.
Because people deserve happy endings. Unless you are evil. If you're evil, you don't deserve a happy ending. You deserve to choke to death, be skewered, or be alone forever. Evil people don't deserve love. Ever notice how villains are always alone? It's just God's or Disney's way.
But let's keep it simple and just focus on one piece of that nope from earlier. What does make a person happy? How should the end of a character's story look? What constitutes a happy ending according to Disney? Why, a love story, of course. Can anybody be happy if they aren't in love? Not according to the pop culture of my childhood. The price for slaying the dragon? A woman. The price for cleaning the kitchen? A man. That's just the way it was. Every single Disney movie that came out when I was a child was a love story, and I loved it. Each movie involved the glamorizing of romantic behavior, such as kissing or dancing or even living together. Magic carpet rides and secret whispers abound. And I'm not condemning any of these movies. They're not bad or evil. My 3-year-old daughter watches these movies all the time, and some of them are my personal favorites. But it's pretty obvious that happiness is equated with falling in love, or whatever Disney passes for love. Should it be, though? Does love and marriage constitute happiness? Well, take it from a divorced man. No, marriage does not make you happy. In fact, marriage can often make people quite miserable. But marriage is good. Let me explain. Marriage is hard, but it has incredible benefits like love and companionship. Marriage forces people to stop being selfish and to have to look to the needs of another person. It also helps us to realize that we are not perfect. Marriage refines people because it takes your rough edges and it rubs it up against mine until we're both a little bit smooth. Bloody, but smooth. It's also great to be able to tell somebody your deepest thoughts until they use those thoughts against you, leaving you a shallow wreck of a person. Oh, sorry, you're still there. Back to the story. These movies don't explore winning and re-winning your spouse over and over again. These movies don't explore when one spouse wants out, but the other does not. These movies do not explore trying to win the affection of the person you're living with. These movies don't explore how having children changes everything about the relationship. These movies don't explore... These movies just really don't explore. These movies are pretty happy with the idea of falling in love, but they really have nothing to do with keeping it. Sometimes I wonder what after happily ever after looks like. Hello, Into the Woods. Anyway, I mean, if 50% of marriages end in divorce, then we can realistically believe that 50% of princesses are single mothers, and 50% of princes are paying child support, not able to see their children, having to pay lawyer bills, and not able to have ordinary relationships, and are completely stressed out because of the decision of one woman. Sorry. Deep breaths, Trent. Back to fairy tale marriages. How many of those fairy tales had unhappy relationships? How many were happy and, after counseling, they're together for years? How many stayed happy from the start? How many of these relied deeply on mentors to get them through the relationship? How many descended into alcoholism or addiction? How many of these had an unforeseen circumstance pop up and they had to cling together to be able to survive it? Do these movies teach children some reality on life, or do they teach them to believe that everything is perfect after I do? For me, I learned that life is perfect after I do. I learned something that wasn't true, but maybe that's the point. Maybe fairy tales are supposed to be a respite from reality, but maybe children also get a lot of secondary themes out of these movies. So choose carefully. For me, I knew nothing of the hard work that marriage would take. I didn't consider that sometimes people would come to you with preconceived notions and a parachute. And when things get bad, they bail and take your parachute with them. They also take your house, your truck, your hair, your best friend Jack, your first and second wives, I just lost control of this metaphor. Animation didn't help me prepare for life, it helped me to escape it. And maybe that was the point all along. I don't know that anything could have prepared me, though, for the pain of a failed marriage. My faith is the only thing that gave me the fortitude to be able to get through that. So, what is a happy ending? I think a happy ending is when people have both the fortitude and the desire to be able to stand up to what life throws at them. I don't care about the ability, the money, or the aptitude of the person. Everybody has their struggles. But it is important for art to relay a variety of experiences. Life isn't empty because it isn't married. People aren't lesser because they don't have a significant other. Not everybody needs to have that normal, provincial life.
I want adventure in the great wide somewhere. I want it more than I can tell.
So, can people withstand the things that life throws at them? Well, in my experience, this is never going to be helped through any kind of media. My experience tells me that this is why you need some sort of a community that is surrounding you, that shares your values, and helps you to become a better person. My church has been where I've received that. Where do you? Let me know in the comments. Hey YouTube, thanks for joining today. If you're new to this channel or just discovering it, please subscribe and like this video. I do new videos each week on a different Disney movie and sometimes veer off onto a little bit of a different topic like today. I would love to get to know you a little bit better, and I always read your comments, so leave me a little comment below about what you have learned from animation in the past. If I get enough comments, I might just make a video about what my viewers have learned through animation also. Watch out next week for my Bambi review. Watch last week's review here, and you can catch a playlist of all of my videos here. If you like Disney movies like me, and you've always kind of wanted to know what a definitive list of the best Disney movies are, you do not want to miss this journey. See you again soon!